Hello and welcome to the beautiful city of Austin, Texas. Today we're going to be riding with Redcoach, a business class bus service from here down to Houston. For those of you unaware, Redcoach is a bus line that offers luxury travel accommodations for coach class prices. Redcoach began operations in Florida in 2010, connecting key cities via a comfortable yet affordable express bus service. In 2021, Redcoach expanded operations to Texas, opening stops in Austin, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, plus a few smaller cities in between. The one thing that really sets Redcoach apart is their price-to-comfort ratio. Tickets on Redcoach are extremely affordable, with options for business or first-class service within Texas. Our ticket today costs $30 for a business class seat, and we'll see if that ratio holds up throughout the journey. The pickup location, at least in Austin, is a bit strange. Redcoach's Austin stop is positioned behind a hotel just south of the river, which felt a little off. A few minutes before departure, our bus, an older model Volvo 9700, pulled up to the curb. Our driver scans our ticket and we can climb aboard. We're seated today in seat 5A, a window seat towards the center of the coach. Redcoach's business class fleet is operated in a 2x2, which means no solo seats for single riders. Fortunately, the bus wasn't too crowded, so we ended up with the row to ourselves. Redcoach's business class seats are incredibly comfortable. Each seat may only be 18 inches wide, but that's more than made up for by the super soft upholstery and surrounding amenities. In the regular seated position, each seat offers a solid 8 inches between my knees and the seat back, which is about on par with most business class accommodations. Each seat also includes a leg rest which folds down across the gap, beneath which is the integrated footrest. The leg rest does include a bit of padding, but having it down means you can't access any personal belongings beneath your seat. The seat back pocket lacks a bottom, making it easy for items to fall out in transit, plus it's made of this clear rubber that is yellowed with age. Above the seats on either side of the bus are sunshades that roll out from their holes in the ceiling. At-seat power is provided through 2 outlets and 2 USB ports located beneath each row. The real comfort on board comes from the truly ridiculous recline angle. Pulling up on the release lever, the seat leans back and keeps going for what feels like forever. Redcoach's seats recline to a 140-degree angle, turning a comfortable seat into an almost lie-flat bed. Truly a step above a standard business class seat. Boarding soon wraps up and our bus rolls out of Austin. As we wind our way out of downtown, let's take a look at our route down to Houston. Our journey begins heading southeast out of Austin, following State Highway 71 through Bastrop and LaGrange. Approaching Columbus, our bus changes over to I-10 East, staying with the highway through Sealy, Katy, and the ring roads of Houston. I-10 drops us off right in the heart of downtown Houston, our coach arriving at the end of the line a few minutes later. We'll cover a total of 165 miles on our ride today, with a travel time of 2 hours and 45 minutes. Interior features on Redcoach are pretty standard all things considered. Looking around, the first thing anyone notices are the TV screens, which weren't working, but Redcoach does provide free Wi-Fi to compensate, or at least they say they do. We'll come back to that in a bit. Above each row of seats are 2 lights and air vents. Irritatingly, the lights had been disabled, but at least the vents worked. Luggage can either be stored below the bus ahead of departure or in the airline-style luggage bins on either side of the bus. They're plenty deep and wide enough to accommodate most larger backpacks or other personal belongings. We left Austin behind only a few minutes after departure, the urban cityscape replaced by open fields. We hadn't been on the road for more than 30 minutes before our driver made an announcement. We were going to be stopping for gas in Bastrop. My first thought, as was most people's, was, wait, seriously? Is filling up on gas not on the pre-departure checklist? I guess it wasn't, because a few minutes later we pulled into a quick trip to fill up. All passengers were allowed to briefly step off the bus and stretch their legs or head inside to grab a snack and a drink. Our snack stop does highlight another not-so-business class feature of Redcoach, the lack of any onboard service. Redcoach does not provide any snacks or drinks on board, so bring your own if you plan to ride with them. The lack of service is not exclusive to business class, the problem extending to their first class tickets as well. Granted, they have to make their margins somewhere, especially with such cheap tickets, but it's hard to call any service business or first class with no en route service. While we're stationary, we do have some time to take a look at the bathroom on board. Located at the rear of the bus is a single lavatory, and stepping inside we're met with an airline-style facility. The faucet has been replaced by a bottle of hand sanitizer with a couple rolls of toilet paper and paper towels found throughout. A frosted glass window for some natural lighting, a standard toilet, and a mirror above the non-existent sink are all there is for other amenities, leaving a not great but not terrible bathroom. At least it was clean. Fill up complete, our bus rejoins Highway 71, continuing our ride towards Houston. While we're enjoying the ride, why not hit that subscribe button? It's totally free and it really helps support the channel. If you want to go the extra mile with your support, then feel free to check out the channel's Patreon or become a channel member. Patrons and members get their names in the video, access to exclusive weekly posts, and even the opportunity to vote on future videos. If those perks sound interesting to you, then click the links in the top right or the description below to learn more. As mentioned earlier, Redcoach offers free Wi-Fi to all passengers. They mention it on their website and even have a placard at the front of the bus to remind those who forget. Despite all of this, turning on my phone's Wi-Fi revealed no such network. I tried everything I could to get it to show up, but no luck. It would have been nice to have some en route entertainment, but I guess everything can't be perfect. Speed on Redcoach is, as expected, tied to the speed limit of the roads over which we travel. Most of the route between Austin and Houston is set at 70 miles an hour, but there are a few segments that reach 75. Traveling at speed reveals one of the flaws of an older bus: ride quality. Every bump, crack, and road imperfection was transferred straight to the cabin, and to make matters worse, something somewhere was loose, which created an annoying rattling for almost the entire trip. Fortunately, the seat upholstery did do pretty well to dampen out most of what the suspension failed to catch, but it was still a little unpleasant. What certainly wasn't unpleasant was the great nap I was able to take with these practically lie-flat seats. I reclined our seat as far as it would go, pulled down the leg rest, and promptly passed out. I awoke somewhere on the outskirts of Houston, the rural landscape slowly replaced by suburban sprawl as we approached the city center. The freeway led us on to the I-10 flyover towards downtown, the skyline rising to fill the window. Redcoach is an interesting service. The seats are comfortable and the service was on time with both departure and arrival. Well, as on time as you can be with an unscheduled fuel stop. I think some fleet refurbishments are needed to fix those suspension issues, but for the $30 I paid, I was certainly happy with the Redcoach experience. As we meander through downtown to our final destination, we can bring today's video to a close. Next week, we'll be back in Delaware to ride with SEPTA from Wilmington to Philadelphia on board one of their Silverliner 5 EMUs. If you're new around here, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. It's totally free and it really helps support the channel. I also want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons and channel members. I really cannot thank y'all enough for your incredible support. If you too want your name in the video or just want to support the channel in more ways than one, then head on over to the links in the description below. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for riding with me, and I'll see you in the next one.